Today we are going to see about metric measures. The system that we use standard units for measurements is known as metric measures. In this system we are going to use standard units for length, capacity and weight of the objects. First we see about length. Length is the distance from one end to another end of an object. Suppose if you take this one, the distance from this end to this end is said to be this object's length. In earlier days, people used their body parts like palm, forearm and feet to measure length. If we spread our palm like this, the distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger is said to be span. From elbow to the tip of the middle finger is said to be cubit. From the ankle to the tip of the big toe is said to be foot span. The distance covered in a single step while walking is said to be pace. See, different people will have different sizes of body parts, isn't it? See, my palm will be bigger than your palm. Your palm will be the smaller one, isn't it? So, we will get different measurements from the same length. Since mine is a bigger one, I will get a lesser measurement. As yours is smaller palm, you will get more measurement. So, in order to avoid this confusion, we use standard units. The standard unit for length is meter. The standard unit for length is meter. The short form is small m. Tailors, carpenters use measuring tape to measure length in meters. See, this is the measuring tape. With this measuring tape, I will show you 1 meter length. See, this one is. This is 1 meter length. Suppose if you want to find the length of this chalk piece, comparing to this is very smaller one, isn't it? That time we can't use this meter slip. So we need some lesser measurements. We have 3 smaller measurements which are lesser than this meter. They are decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. And suppose if you want to find the distance between Chennai and Delhi, that time we can't use this meter length, isn't it? This is a smaller length comparing to the distance between Chennai and Delhi. That time we need bigger measurements. We have 3 bigger measurements which are greater than this meter. They are decameter, hectometer and kilometer. Here km is the short form of kilometer and cm is the short form of centimeter, millimeter, decimeter, decameter, hectometer. About these measurements you are going to learn in your higher standards. Now we are going to learn about centimeter, meter and kilometer. See, 1 meter always will be equal to 100 centimeters. Cm is the short form of centimeter. Similarly, 1 kilometer will be equal to 1000 meters. Till now, you have learned how to measure solid. What about liquids? How we measure liquids? We use capacity to measure liquids. The quantity of a liquid which a container can hold will be called its capacity. The standard unit for capacity is liter. Short form is L. See, this bottle's capacity is 1 liter. Like the same as length, we have different measurements which are lesser than and greater than this liter. They are deciliter, centiliter, milliliter. These are lesser than this liter. And decaliter, hectoliter and kiloliter, which are greater than this liter. You are going to learn about these measurements in your next higher standards. Now we are going to know about liter, milliliter and kiloliter. 1 liter always will be equal to 1000 milliliters. Similarly, 1 kiloliter will be equal to 1000 liters. Now we are going to see about weight. Weight is the measure of heaviness of an object. See, try to lift this one. You feel light, isn't it? Now, if you now try to lift this one. See, you feel little heavier than this. See, no? So, the weight of this object is greater than the weight of this object. A watermelon will be always heavier than an orange, isn't it? The standard unit for weight is gram. Like the same as length, capacity, grams also we have smaller measurements than this gram. They are decigram, centigram, milligram. Similarly, we have 3 greater measurements than this gram. They are decagram, hectogram and kilogram. Now we are going to know about gram, milligram and kilogram. 1 gram will be equal to 1000 milligrams. Similarly, 1 kilogram will be equal to 1000 grams.